Slightly lower down than you.
So I'm sat with a midget and
Jack.
Jack. Hello, Jack. Jack. You always want to take centre stage, don't you? Thank you very much. Yes. Well, while I'm waiting for some of you to join, Jack sat right at the front. I'm just going to open a can. Oh, yes. So we'll raise a toast, so Peggy needs to raise up anyway. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. You've been a good boy, Jack. You don't know who we're talking to, do you? You're a bit confused by it all, aren't you? We haven't done a live for a while, have we? We've not done a live for a while, right?
Doesn't matter as soon as you start talking, you
Yeah.
start barking.
So all you can see is the back of Jackie Boy's head.
And I'm
Your
very
face-
low down.
You're facing the wrong way, boy. Look this way. This way. This way. They always said don't work with animals, and I just spilled a drink down myself. I'm going to take some of this I can. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're a little bit later than scheduled. Peggy's now plugged in so she can see the comments, and she's typing. Hi, David. And this is the back of Jack's head. They've already been letting fireworks off round here, so it's he's been pretty good actually, isn't he?
Yeah.
A bit cuddly because, you know, what are they? But yeah, a bit cuddly. So Peggy hasn't lost inches.
No, I haven't.
She just sat
Hold
lower
up.
down.
If I sit up.
He's sorted now. Jack, can you go over there a minute? Go over here. Over there.
He's not
Over.
going to.
No, he's just going to sit centre of attention, aren't you, mate?
Go and lay.
So how are you guys? How's everything been? What news can we tell you?
There
you
you
got
go.
one, you got one.
There you go, Displayer, you go on.
This way, Jack. Spark at the screen. Spark at the screen. Oh dear, that's live for you. See you, Peggy.
Bye. You gonna lay down?
Oh dear. Right, go and lay down.
He's not gonna lay down.
So what can we tell you? On October the 30th,
Yeah.
Peggy had a bad fall. Do you want to describe your fall?
I was walking along doing a charity walk in London, just after the halfway mark by Blackfriars Bridge. I stood on a paving slab that when I stood on it, it went like that, and I went face first and hit the ground. Fractured my nose on the left side, had a lot of bruising.
Jack wants to play rope.
I still have delayed concussion, whiplash, and I still have concussion. And they reckon it's going to take 3 to 6 months for it to heal. And then on Sunday, I had the headache from hell because I've been having daily headaches, and found out that I have now got a sinus infection as well. So over Christmas I will be on antibiotics for that. So yeah, and I'm still waiting to hear back from ENT from my CT scans that I've had to see if what is going on with my head and nose.
So that's Peggy's story. And you've been off work?
2 months.
Yeah, it's a long time off work.
Mm.
Yeah, I finished this afternoon. Yay! Until Wednesday and I'm back. But hey-o. Hi folks, happy Yule when it arrives. Hopefully Peggy Sue will feel so much better soonest.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's lovely of you, thank you.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Yeah, if you hear noise in the background, Jack, he's always strange. I don't know if it's a collie thing or what, but when we have a conversation on a phone or
If I'm on my Teams meeting with
Yeah.
work, anything like that.
he seems to know we must talk differently or we're talking more than we do.
Instead of talking between each other, all of a sudden we start chatting about other things, and suddenly he's there going, yeah, I'm going to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, run around,
Jack, leave
hand
the
us a
cushion.
rope, pull cushions around the van. He's a menace. Oh dear.
Come on, lay down.
Yeah, that's fine. Enjoy your trip. We know you're travelling. Enjoy your trip.
Yes.
So this, because of Peggy's
Lindsay
incident.
and David, before you go, can I just say I wish you a happy holidays, because we know that you're away. There you go.
Safe travels.
Safe travels.
We're not travelling at the moment because
No.
where Peggy's unwell, so the trips have stopped. But we've got tons and tons of vehicle work to do.
You've got tons and tons.
No, you're not helping. So I've got, I found the leak on the Moggy Minor radiator, and it's around the top. And I know that can be resealed, that can be fixed, but the radiator has lost so many fins, and I can't tell how many fins. I mean, I can tell it's lost too many fins to be economically repaired. I know you can have them recored, which I might do in the future. But I've managed to salvage a second-hand radiator for now, and yeah, I'm hoping you guys will join me on a video soon. I'm gonna have a go at taking out that radiator and change it and fill the system up with fresh coolant, and then we'll take it for a spin. Be nice to get back in the Moggy again. I've also got the Rascal van in the yard to finish. I can't believe it. We had a letter through the post, because our friend is lovely and does our post for us, but we had a letter through the post, and I had to re-sawn the Rascal van. It's been in the workshop over a year. Time just goes so quick. Obviously doing the metro job in the summer, and as you've seen, I've done some other jobs, some welding jobs and stuff. Shush. Jack's still wanting to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Rascal van's been sat in the workshop for a year. Our friend John helped us make a new bench, and it's lovely. We've got a new bench at the front of the workshop, so we're going to try and make some smaller projects. That'd be cool.
Jack, don't.
Jack, come here. Jack, come here. Come here. Sit down then. Sit. Gonna get right in the way of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You come this way then. There you go. Sorted. He likes a fuss, see? If I stroke his back like that, he might calm down a little bit.
Okay.
Or do you want to go and chase rodents across the yard?
I'm going to see Pussycat.
You see his ears. That's a yeah then. Off you go.
I take those ears.
Right, Peggy's off to let the dog out. So come on, what are you up to? What's your plans for January? Are you going on a trip?
I'm going for a walk.
Are you going on a trip? Are you going to have a new purchase? What's the plans? Let us know. We always love to hear from you guys. Not just us rambling on. We can if you want. Peggy will be back in a moment. We've also saved up and we've purchased an MX-5. It's quite nice. It's nearly 20 years old. When I went to the club meet, apparently it's called a Nevada edition. It's got nice leather seats and so on. So that's all good. We're looking forward to that. I've given it a little run. Seems quite fun, but until I get it out on the road, we don't know. But the lady spent thousands of pounds on it over the last 3-4 years. But COVID changed her life.
Happy Christmas, Jenny.
And not in a bad way, as in she found a new job and new love and that. She moved away, so the car couldn't go with her, so we've homed the car and we're going to get it done and fixed. So that's a project which we look forward to. We haven't had the roof down on a car in ages, have we? When did it work out? 7 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
That was 7 years ago we last owned a convertible. That's a long old time ago, isn't it? And we got a sidewalk. If anyone don't know what a sidewalk is, it's one of the very last of the classic minis. So yeah, it's not happy. Needs all the floors. So there's going to be tons and tons and tons of welding. But before I can do that, I've got to fix the generator. So I just think it's my list for 2022 is so long. I'm just going to go with the flow, really. Just work my way through it. Yeah. So you've said about your accident.
Yeah.
You've not been on your walks because of the accident.
No, we did one.
We tried to do one.
And I couldn't even do 5 miles.
Yeah. But when we did stop, we stopped. We took Faith the transit, and we thought we want a nice quiet night out. So we took Faith down and parked just alongside the Kennet and Avon, the canal.
Yeah, we went.
And it was lovely.
Yeah, to one of the spots that we both had been to before.
Mm.
We stayed overnight.
Kennet and Avon's lovely. It's got lovely park ups along it.
I knew of a little car park, and I mean a little car park. It fitted 4 cars in our van, and that's it. Luckily, we
had
got
a lovely
in.
night's sleep.
It was very peaceful.
It was very dark when we got there.
It was really magical at night when I took the dog along the K&A for a walk with just by torchlight. But you didn't need the torch because of the moonlight that was there.
It was one of those nights where the moon
And
came
it was
right
very
out.
crystal clear. And you could just see the mist rising from the actual Kennet and Avon, which was really, really nice. And then in the morning, we decided to walk a little bit more of the K&A just to give the dog a stretch his legs, because he was very good that night. And who did we actually get to chat to?
They were literally moored
Right next.
200 yards from where we parked the van. So that's totally unexpected. I didn't expect them to be there. I actually thought they'd be much further along the canal.
So we actually bumped into Miles and Marina from Cruising Alba. So if you've not seen Cruising Alba on YouTube, definitely recommend seeing their channel. But yeah, we actually got to meet them, and we waved at them through. We waved at them through the windows as we were walking past. Miles recognised us, and we obviously knew them. But he thought of, perhaps it's not who perhaps he didn't recognise us because we didn't stop. But that's because we were in their garden in basically
it's their home,
it's
isn't
their
it?
home. They're moored up. That's it. It's their privacy. But they came out, so we walked back to them and we had a nice chat. And yes, Jenny, I just seen you just say you watched them. They are a lovely, lovely couple. So
Jenny, as you watch them, you'll appreciate the question that I asked them face to face. The burning question for Cruising Alba.
Why do
you always cruise at night? Because it must make life hard. Well, they reckon they don't always cruise at night. What they said was they tend to set off and do long distances in one duration, and they always end up recording in the dark. Which is ironic because the video we just watched would have been the week after we seen them, and they moored again in the dark. So I thought that was hilarious. Hello Helen. So hello Jenny, and we got David there. So there's 3
and
Desolator. Peggy gets it right. So there's 2 others. Say hello. Put your name down the bottom. Say hello. Type and see.
Well, obviously one of them might be me because I'm on here.
Well, you can say hello.
I have.
Hello, Peggy.
If you look at the top, I wrote Merry Christmas.
So it's a mystery person. It's not the VAT man. I don't think I owe them anything to watch us. Oh dear. So yeah, loads of projects coming in January. Peggy's health is first. We've got to try and get her better. She has
I've planned
good days and bad days, don't you?
I have planned a walk, a 6-mile one for the 2nd of January, and I'm aiming to keep it. Luckily, it's with the ladies who I've walked with when the accident happened. So I've told them that I will be still doing the walk. It may be a lot slower than I plan, but I
might be able to keep up.
But I am going to do the 6 miles, and they're going to go as well, because by then they just want their bit of peace and quiet from the other halves. But Chloe's coming with me, so that's good.
Yeah,
go carefully. I will go. There's no paving slabs,
No, she can roll down a steep hill.
Yeah, yeah, a very steep hill at the end, because we're going to Uffington Castle, which the Uffington bit is right at the top of a hill. So,
Uffington is an Iron Age hill fort.
with an Iron Aged white horse.
Is it Iron Age though?
It's a white horse.
Is it one of the earlier ones?
It's one of the.
There is a white horse. If you've seen the white horses in the UK.
People call it Dragon Hill because the white horse looks like a dragon. So yeah.
Ratty Rex, I like that name.
Hello, Ratty Rex.
That's a great name. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so white horses. We're going to Uffington. I think it's officially on the border of where Wiltshire and Oxfordshire
It's actually
meet.
classed as Oxfordshire. And where we'll be walking, we'll go into the realms of Berkshire as well.
3 counties on one walk. I like the one in the Cotswoldish. I'm trying to think which one.
That's the one in the Cotswolds. Yeah, it's Uffington, so it's more the Vale of the White Horses.
It's Vale of the White Horse. I'm trying to think what's the nearest one to the Cotswolds.
I suppose that one would be this end, isn't it? So it's Cotswolds.
Well, yeah. Because all the rest are much further down south. I've walked the Cotswolds way.
I've not walked the Cotswold way yet, Jenny. I wanted to for next year, but because of the incident, I'm thinking of giving the Ultra Challenge a rest for a year and then go back to it the year after. Is that the one? I meant.
Oh, yeah. You have my brain working then. No, you don't want to do that very often.
It's actually it's classed as Oxfordshire. It's on the Wiltshire and Oxfordshire border. It's the oldest white horse that we know of in those areas, which is along the White Horse Way. It's also part of the Ridgeway. It's a really nice white horse, isn't it? It's a very iconic white horse because it does also look like a dragon, so it's on Dragon's Hill.
We've got a few around here. We've got
11 around Wiltshire.
Westbury is probably the most outstanding, which is sort of mid Wiltshire. Westbury can be seen for a long way.
There's about 11 altogether because you can actually walk the White Horse Way.
So
and I've walked a few of those. Which one? Chair Hill?
No, Chair Hill's there as well.
That's
Chair
nice. Hill.
Oh, I did the Ridgeway as well. Peggy wanted to do the Ridgeway, and I convinced her to do the Kennet and Avon instead.
It's the same mileage.
Which was good, because the trouble with walking the Ridgeway path, if you do it in little strips, it's lovely. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely.
But because I was going to walk it in one go. Jack, shut up.
It's polite. So yeah.
Because I went to walk it in one go, no pubs, it means I would have walked a lot more to go back down and then come back up again, whereas at least when I did the K&A last year
it was easier to support Peggy with
because
the
roads are right next to it.
I'm in California.
Oh wow.
Norfolk, UK. All right. We don't have any. You don't really have any else. But
no, you don't.
If you've seen it in pictures, or you might have seen us with a video of it, we bought Faith the transit van, and the reason why she's called Faith is because we left Swindon.
We hadn't seen any photos.
Oh, I saw photos.
No, we didn't. I never.
No.
We hadn't seen any photos of the interior. We knew we wanted a certain layout, and we messaged the person about 8-9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was early in the morning,
and we didn't get a message back till 4 o'clock in the evening saying we could go and have a look. And by that
our
point,
offer had been accepted, so we had to drive from Swindon
to Cromer.
All the way to Cromer. Is that classed as Norfolk, or is that higher than Norfolk? I can tell you it's Cromer. It was kind of 10 miles out from the town. I think we did go to the town in the end, because I drove the van there on the test drive, and as they do when they sell vehicles, the damn thing didn't have a lot of fuel in it. Cromer's up the road, so that's where Faith came from. I didn't have time to go home.
No,
so I just drove to work.
Luckily, because it was dark, we knew it was going to be dark by the time we pick her up and everything on blind Faith, hence why her name was Faith. We already put a sleeping bag and some pillows in the car, so when we parked up for the night, we could sleep in the camper van. She got slept in on her maiden voyage home.
Yeah, we got to work. My work's at 2 in the morning.
Now Cromer, I'd like Cromer, but I also, we used to go to Great Yarmouth quite a lot and stayed at Caister
Cunning
on
plan.
Sea. So, yeah, we quite like
We used-
Caister on Sea. And they used to you got
It's been a
Caister
lot of years since
Castle.
we've been up there.
I know.
Been a lot
And
of
there was
years since we've
Caister
been there.
Castle as well, which has got the car museum. So, and
Hopefully
that's,
it's still there. I hope it's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking.
well, Connor's now 23 and he was 4 months old when we first went there.
I don't think we've been there in 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
So
about
we're
then.
due to go up
And
that way
we know
again.
the pub, Never Turn Back, is still there.
Only because we had a conversation the other day with friends who we'd stayed up there with. So we Googled it to see if
But
it
all
was
that's
still
left
there.
of Caister Castle is obviously the tower. And I did actually go to the top and
Yeah,
get
you
some
did,
good
yeah,
photos.
yeah.
So yeah, that was quite good.
I
But
went
say,
up there, but it was like nothing to hold you from falling down. So
yeah, but you're scared of heights, so you just come straight back down. Whereas I went
Yeah,
up
it
there
was
and I was
horrible.
waving at the top and everything.
I didn't like it. Didn't like it. I don't do heights.
No.
No.
Jack, shut it.
The one thing that scared me on heights is I used to get a ferry over to France. Ferry, not a ferry. And it was, I've forgotten what it is. There's a certain gale force
Wow.
on there that you can't, they stop the boats, and it was one beneath that.
There you go.
And these French lads kept jumping, and they'd fly in the wind and hit the railing, and it only took one and they'd be over it. Oh, I made me feel sick.
Ratty says, Caister on Sea is literally 5 minutes from me. Caister Castle is still there. I went when they had the first Fiesta Brown made. Never Turn Back is a great pub. We used to go there every time we stayed. We actually stayed at the caravan park right next door.
Well, if we go up that way
right
again,
on
we'll
the
give an
beach.
announcement, and
Yeah, and we have to
see
come
if
and
you
say
can
hello. Come and
hello.
say hello.
Yeah, we
So that'd
always
be quite
we're going
cool.
to try and give announcements. We have set up a Facebook page
Called Retro Rats Road and Travel.
yeah, because I could call it transport.
So
We set it up and I still get it wrong.
And hopefully from the 1st of January, or fingers crossed, our new website will also be launched to go with that. And it will advertise whenever we're going to any shows, or if we're going anywhere and you want to meet up, you can meet up with us. So it'd be quite nice.
But the Facebook page is free. It's for you guys.
It's going to be a free club.
Days Gone By. How you doing,
Hello,
buddy?
Days Gone By.
Yeah, so it's free. Tell your friends. Just go, Facebook, Retro Rats, the Road and Travel Club.
And enjoying.
And I wanted it to be one of those pages, when you could go on one day and there might be some fast forward on there, and then the next hour there might be someone showing their Austin. We like an Austin.
Or it could even be somebody using their feet.
And I found
Walking a
pictures.
canal.
Yeah, and I found pictures the other day. Brilliant. I found pictures the other day. Now, Peggy's the main Swindon branch. I gotta get this right. Fundraiser for the Wilson Barks Canal. We're trying to get the Wilson Barks Canal restored here, and I found pictures of the original petrol station that's just next to the canal, and it must have been the 40s and 50s. The pictures are brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Now, speaking of the Wilson Barks Canal, please keep an eye out, because in January I hope, fingers crossed, in the middle of January, to announce a celebrity who will be our master of ceremonies for a race night I have planned.
So if you're this way, or you fancy travelling this way, and Boris doesn't muck us up in the new year,
yeah, because that would be at the end of February.
But
I'm
and
really happy.
Yeah.
The celebrity has already. I have spoken to him on the phone. Yes, it's a him, and he absolutely loves the canal networks. In his job, what he does, he has been on a lot of the canals. He enjoys kayaking as well, and does a lot of the K&A.
And when we say celebrity, he's a television personality.
Television personality.
That's as much as I'll say.
He's also he actually is an actor as well. And I'm
a bit jealous Peggy had a conversation with him the other day, because
good chap to chat to.
I was at work, but
What's the first letter of his last name?
How do you say your name?
M.
Dag BBC.
M.
Thanks for joining us, Dag BBC. Wondering now.
M is his first letter of his surname.
And that's all you're going to get. Because he might say no.
He may say he might.
Well, he said yes at the moment.
He has
but obviously
provisionally,
got to see what's
but
happening
he
in
has
the new
to
year.
wait for the new year to see, one, if Boris announces anything, and two, because he's volunteering his time, so he's not charging either. If he is offered work, then unfortunately he has to go for the paid work, but he's hoping that they won't pick that date, so that'd be quite nice. So fingers crossed.
So whatever news, so obviously you're bored of all my projects. I will get on with them. I will film them.
I managed to get someone into reading again.
I had a person leave a comment saying that our camera was broken and the microphone was doing mono, which was really surreal, because when I was in the program editing those videos, it would always play correctly for me. When I'd uploaded it to Facebook, agreed, if I listened to it on headphones the same way that he did, it would jump one to the other. But we've got a new camera now, and also my brother has supplied Peggy with a load of those GoPro cameras. So we got to get to grips with them. We've never used them. You haven't used them yet. I'm hoping to well, I don't want to stick one on Peggy's head, because if she falls over again she'll break it.
Well, the only thing is that I think I've got a cracked skull, but they're saying I haven't.
Yeah.
I have a very deep indentation, which is where all the headaches are. We're going along here.
So if we get the GoPros working, we'll stick one on Peggy's shoulder,
do
because you can get
that.
those little shoulder things.
If I do that, you might be able to just see the line.
You're going to cringe people out.
So that's where I have an indentation.
So yeah, so we're going to get these GoPros working. So Peggy's walking, she can, yeah.
Here.
And I didn't film any of it last year, but I started kayaking in a blow-up
True.
dinghy.
Yeah, you could get the GoPros to go on the end of that.
Yeah, so and I quite enjoyed it, and I started kayaking long stretches of the Kennet and Avon last year, and I must admit the boaters were lovely. It was kind of surreal.
It's really nice because Chloe can kayak it whilst I walk it.
Yeah,
And there's no
it was
pain
good
in
exercise.
slabs.
It was good exercise. I really enjoyed it. The bit I'm scared of is it's a two-seater, and my boy wants to come with me. It's very rocky, because it's just an inflatable. So it's an inflatable kayak. Yeah, it's a kayak. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Inflatable kayak. Well, I got used to feeling it myself going along, but having someone else in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you know how it
put
goes.
it in the booty car. That's why I went
It's like
for
an
it.
inflatable dinghy, yeah, but it's actually a kayak. It's
It's a
actually
kayak,
a two-man
yeah.
kayak.
Two-man kayak.
But my son would like to have a go.
I didn't want.
I got in it, and then I panicked.
Peggy had a panic attack when she got in it, and it was
And
hard
I
work
just-
getting her back out of it.
So I prefer walking.
I almost like
Well, it had
thought to
do
myself,
you
how
know
am I
what
going to
the
get
main-
Peggy back out of
The
this thing
main
now?
problem is it doesn't have a middle line. It doesn't have any line at all. So to try and get it back in, it was very hard. So somebody had to try and hold both ends of the kayak so you can get out, and I just couldn't get out. So it's like a panic attack. Other than that, yeah,
Thank you, Martin.
So in the end, I just said no, I'll walk it. You
So I
can.
did manage to get Peggy out of this kayak.
After somebody else came and
I
helped.
did have to go and ask a boater.
Who asked? Actually, I shouted over.
Yeah, we asked if we can get this boater to come and hold the stern of the boat while I
Thanks,
managed to sort of
Martin.
put arms around Peggy and hoist her out. Which made me really nervous getting in it then.
But I'm a lot stronger than Chloe, so when Chloe got in it and it's time for her to get out, I could hold the kayak into place while she gets out.
But yeah, we managed it, and I've had quite a few trips in it now. And
We found in Devizes along the K&A there is a slipway, so Chloe can actually just get in the kayak and slide down slightly, and then
slide
off
out.
she's gone.
yeah,
And then she can come back.
and you see these people in solid kayaks, and they're going for it, and the
Oh my
speed
God,
that they
yeah.
go, I mean, they can cover some mileage. Those solid kayaks really do move some. And if I get more confident, then yeah, maybe I get one. But in the inflatable kayak, there is a lot of water resistance. They're not quite the same, but I managed about
They're
3
more
miles.
for
Didn't
leisure,
I?
aren't they? Not instead of
Yeah.
actually for. But you still get a good workout from it,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is good. And as you said, as soon as you've let all the air out of it, you just roll it up, put it in the boot, and you can just go.
The really nicest part, if you've ever done the Kennet and Avon, the really nicest part, I got in at, which way round is it? Dundas?
No.
The other one. What's it called?
Avon
Avon. I got in at Avon, went across the aqueduct, and then went along towards Dundas. That is a lovely, lovely stretch. That
It's
is
a very
really
nice stretch,
lovely.
and you've now walked that section as well.
Yeah,
so
I walked it. Yeah, I walked it and kayaked it. It's
because
nice.
I did that section.
I preferred it in the water. It's just nice. It's just a nice place. But
I really like walking things, so yeah. It's just how we. There you go. Just, but then there's two.
I'm still
two
trying to
modes
convince.
of transport.
I'm still trying to convince Peggy to buy a boat. We won't quite become foxes afloat, but
Or cruising Albert.
or cruising Albert. Well, we could be cruising Albert, cruising the K&A. That's about as far as I go. Maybe I'd probably go up and down the K&A, and I'd probably go onto the Thames in the summer. But because we work the hours we work and so on, I couldn't do it full time. But yeah, so I haven't quite convinced Peggy to buy a boat yet. So I bought a dinghy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've also had another message.
Get an amphibious car, best of both worlds.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Don't give her
Don't
ideas.
think they're like that on the Kennet and Avon.
Don't give her ideas.
Well, we confused people because I had someone message me the other day saying, "What cars do you have?" And I was like, "We got to count them." So, what? Put in the comments. What do you think is probably two answers here? What do you think is a sustainable number of vehicles to have? And what do you think is a sensible number of vehicles to have? Because I think what did we count? 15?
Yeah, I think you got 15.
So I've got to have to picture this now. The Moggy Miner, the Mini Sidewalk, an Austin Ambassador. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm breaking a Rascal van. So that won't count. That's being broke for spares. That's them. We got the two modern minis, the R50s. I'm thinking we got a Talbot camper van restoration to do that Peggy's collared as a workshop at the moment. So yeah, you got the
Great
Talbot.
for wrapping up the presents in.
Yeah, Peggy's been wrapping Christmas presents in a Talbot camper van.
There's a chap in Salcombe who has an amphibian. He goes to the shops in it in the morning.
If I ever come across one, it's very, very tempting.
You meant to catch that, Jack.
Trying to think what else we got. Obviously got the sidewalk. We've got the
Mini
Clubman
Clubman.
Estate. I must get that Clubman Estate on the road at the very beginning of this
Do you want
year.
me to do this? Because I know where everything's parked.
If you want.
Okay. Salcombe. Okay, Salcombe.
Cycling Regis is lovely.
Right, so, okay. I had 3. A Rover 75 on the road and 2 BMWs off-road.
Oh,
Okay.
I like Rover 75.
So, hang on, let me just give the dog this. So, we have got, I'm going to do this now. So if I start pointing, it's because it's how I remember. So we have the Morris Minor and the Mini Sidewalk, the Ambassador and half a Rascal van and a MX-5.
Yeah, you had to think then, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to think what was in front.
Right.
MX-5. Then we've got this van that we're in now, which is the LT35. We've also got the Talbot, and we've got a Rascal camper van. And then we've also got a Rascal van that Chloe's partially working on.
A van. What do
A
you mean
van
partially? I'll get it done eventually.
It's partially done. So then we've got the 2 BMW Minis, the Rover, which is got to come off the road because unfortunately it broke down on us.
Never missed a beat, that Rover.
I know. And then you've also got your Suzuki, your L2.
Yeah, my little secret stealth car. It never ever makes it to video.
And then we also got Faith and the Mini Clubman Estate.
Faith is the transit camper van, which is going to have a lovely
So
respray
that
next
is
year. We've
1,
been in
2,
talks.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and a
Yeah,
half.
14 and a half. You beat her to it. You did beat her to it. And not many of them are on the road. Because in the Rover, we've had for... I think we've had the Rover over a year.
We've had it, yeah, definitely had him over a year.
Over a year. Might be 2 years. If you've had yours... If you've had the
I've
Mini
had
3
my
years,
Mini for
might
years.
be 2 years. We had the Rover 2 years, I think. And we were planning to do the NC 500, a tour of Scotland in it. We were using it as the runaround car when we did the NEC not long ago.
No more.
And then we took it to the quiz night and it just died. Just died on us. Completely, just completely died. Shush, Jack.
Moggy Miner's got to be high on the list.
The Moggy Miner is going to be on the road in the next week or so. I've got the radiator in the workshop. Ironically, I was going to do it this week, but work got a bit busy. But to get the Morris Minor out, I've got to get the
MX.
I've got to get the MX out of the way, and the damn thing had a dead battery. So yeah, it's always one thing after the other, isn't it? So I've managed to get the battery charged up now, fully charged on the MX, so I can put the battery back on it, get the Moggy out, get the MX in, and swap them around and play musical vehicles, and yeah. So that's why I did a funny little video the other day of saying about musical vehicles, and people said it was a cross between... It was a new channel that I'd never seen, so I've subscribed to that. I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, Matt at Furious Driving, he has battery issues.
Yeah.
And the video was a bit like Hubnut, apparently. I don't know if people like that, but as since we've got so much to do, it might be a bit that style.
We met Hubnut at
Ian Seabrook, yeah, he's a nice chap. Matt's a lovely chap. Matt is a real nice chap. Furious Driving, yeah, they're all nice. And you got Steph as well. I drive a classic.
Yeah, I drive a classic.
They're all nice people.
And of course, who did I get to have a quick photo with at the NEC that you missed?
And Anstead.
Yeah.
She's dodgy, isn't she? Sneaks around
I
stealthily.
did not sneak around.
Stealthily.
I just said to you, should I
call
go
out
and
Aunt Anstead for a photo.
I go, should I go and get some food? And you said yes. So I left to go and get some food. And all these other people were all stood there going, it's Aunt Anstead, it's Aunt Anstead. So I just go straight up with my phone like that to take a photo. And he stops whatever he's doing. And he's talking away and he stops and he goes, take a photo. And I was, yes, please. And he came straight up for a selfie. And then carried on again. And that was it. And everybody's like, well, if they don't ask, you don't get, do you? So
it's all right, Jackie boy. It's all right.
Who? Don't want to be like Ian Hubnut. Joking, he's a good egg.
Yeah, I mind having a nice dry barn like he's got. God, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I've got a workshop, but the problem I got with my workshop,
do you know
there's a sorting yard next to it, where a lorry or truck van reverses into and sorts out his stuff for his work and his job. But that must be, I reckon there's only about half an inch in it. His yard is about half an inch higher than ours. So if we have a heavy downpour, the water from his yard will flow in little pools from under the wall and through into my workshop, because it's only a temporary build. I didn't have...
Hubnut bought a V6 Toyota last week and the head gaskets have gone.
Is it definitely head gasket? Oh, bloody hell. I bet they put some of that stuff in it
that gasket sealant thing.
Well, not gasket sealant, that won't do it, but there is a
is that the stuff
a nasty
similar?
can of...
Is that similar to...
It's a bit like tipping Red Bull in. It will head gasket. It will cure it for a very short time.
I was going to say, is that similar to like the Radwild stuff?
Yeah, same principle. Yeah. So I bet they've done that to make the vehicle look good enough to sell.
Has worse luck than us, poor chap.
Yeah, poor Ian. So is it off the road now? I see his video pop up, but I haven't seen it yet.
I tried using an egg once when my head gasket was on its way out. Bad idea. I was only young.
An egg.
It just smells like that, doesn't it? So.
I bet someone told you to do it.
Oh.
I bet someone said, I bet they leant on a fence. You might we put an egg in it. Want the rest of that?
Yeah, thanks.
So was the engine fried? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, with the Rover, I haven't looked at our Rover yet.
A little bit left.
No, you finish it. With our Rover, I think the bottom cog, the bottom sprocket, is that a name? I ain't a mechanic. I do bodywork and welding. I think the bottom
The bottom
sprocket,
cog
has gone on the cam belt
the pulley,
which is inevitably, even though it's low idling, it's damaged the engine. I do have a lead. Had a friend phone me yesterday, wasn't it? I think I had a friend phone me yesterday. He's got a lead on another 4-1. He's got a 414 that's going to be broke. Same engine as our 214. So I've spat on that engine. And we got another
in the morning.
lad up in Birmingham.
Stephen Veach.
Harry
Happy Christmas
is going to come and fix it.
to you both, and we need to catch up soon. Yes, we do.
I mentioned you the other day, Steve, and I said to Peggy I should catch up with you.
Shut up.
I was referring to your heavy metal music one day when we was going to a meeting, and when I got out I said, when will the music start, and you wasn't too happy about it. Maybe your ears were burning. We might be immune now.
Might be able to help. I think he's at Manchester way.
Yeah, well, he's probably there for advice. It's a long old trek from here. We're 4 hours from Manchester. Jackie boy, come
And
here.
the rest.
Jackie boy, come here. Come here. Let him move your feet, let him up. This way.
He can come up any
This way.
time.
This way. No, you can't keep
you know what
doing
he
this.
wants. Do you want to chew?
Can't have more chews.
You can have
He's getting
more.
fatter than me.
Look at me. You need to lay
Oh,
down.
thank you very much.
Oh, love you too, Stephen.
I also mentioned the Jack. That hurts the ears. I also mentioned the put it there.
Stuff.
Mentioned the time that I was welding a Range Rover for you, and
Was it a Range Rover?
yeah, was it?
The SD1, wasn't it?
No, I did the SD1, but it was a Range Rover I was welding, and I could see this glow, and I turned around and the fleece was on fire.
Lay down.
Yeah, that's memories for you, isn't it? That was when I very first learnt to weld. That was.
Lay down.
Jackie boy, calm down, mate. Calm down. Yeah. Dog's got a crazed look in his eye. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
So is there anything you'd like to know? He says, I remember that. Yeah, we got some good memories. I was talking about when we went in, you had
I remember that. She's still got the scars on her hand.
well, I got a scar somewhere for that, yeah. So
East
you
coast
had
of Norfolk. I'm 3 hours from the edge of the county. Well, a lot of welding, valuable skill.
I
To
lived
be
in
fair, I would like to walk the coast of Norfolk. That coast.
falls into the sea, doesn't it? A lot of that coast.
Well, if any of you watch Cool Dudes Walking Club,
Oh yeah.
that's what a comedian called,
Marek Larwood.
and he is absolutely brilliant. And I watch a lot of his walks, and he's currently doing the coast of Norfolk at the moment.
It is hard to find welders these days. I know we're having two conversations at once, so
Yeah, I
that's
know.
all right.
It's because I read Norfolk, and yeah.
We lived in a flat for 9 years, and we had minis, and I had a garage up the road from the council.
Before I passed my test while I was living there.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Yeah.
And one day I got given some I think it was redundancy money I got given. So I walked into Machine Mart, and I said to them that my dad had tried to teach me to weld when I was a kid, and it was an arc welder. And to this day I still can't arc weld. I can't do it. So I always thought I couldn't weld because I couldn't use an arc welder. And the guy said to me, no, you know, you can have a practice and do hobby MIG. And that's it. I practiced, did hobby welding, and got slowly better at it. And well, I must be all right at it now, because most of the vehicles I do pass, most of the vehicles I do pass the MOT.
The Norfolk coast.
Nah, because you got a different accent to
Norfolk
us.
coast is great, but yeah, falling back into the sea.
It is, yeah.
But yeah,
What
there's a
year
lot
was-
of protected
was it-
areas actually for that as well.
Was it 50s or 60s? They had that great. There's a thing where. Now I don't know if I'm adding this, but if you get like a full moon, a close moon, and you get a high tide,
are you doing?
If you get high tide, the full moon and so on.
50s was the big flood.
Yeah, you can get the big flood will come in, won't it? There's something to do with the tide timings, the time it comes in and so on.
I feel like it's about
every,
saying it right.
Every couple of
Happisburgh?
decades, isn't it? There's a few.
Happisburgh is dropping into the sea.
Ah.
Still here just listening to you. Oh, thanks, Helen.
I think there's a occasionally pops up. Well, we haven't got a telly, but we still catch news occasionally, and occasionally I see it on the news where
normally when we're sat at the local Weatherspoons.
I love the Weatherspoons. I love it when you sat there and you get a little old lady and she comes along and she goes
Haysborough. It sounds like when said. Oh, okay.
Haysborough. Ah, I like it when the little old lady goes.
Springtime with full moon and an estuary wind trapping the river Yarra.
She goes. When I bought this property, we were 40 metres from the sea. Now we're 4 metres from the sea, and my greenhouses fell in. I love this. I love it.
Wasn't there an episode of George Clark where the guy, wasn't that on the Norfolk coast, where the guy built a shed with the roof?
With this treehouse thing?
The roof that opens up like that.
Oh, I don't know. What was that comment?
I've got a micro soldering now doing electronics repairs too old to weld now.
No, you're never too old to weld. Never too old to weld. And the skills are useful in many other applications anyway. So we're never too old to do stuff.
I just go and die.
I can't give you any more drink. Yeah, I'll have that. Got a bottle here with said amount of drink in it.
It's the only thing with the sinuses.
Unfortunately, Peggy has a sinus infection, which is an offshoot of her head injury. So, she finds it hard to breathe sometimes, and she also has stuff in her. I don't mean it's gruesome, but she just has pressure here and makes her cough. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's part of the side effect.
Jack, stop licking my bag.
And the dog's on. I'm going to patrol around the van and lick stuff.
The dog is on heat, I think, because he keeps trying to go for a certain cushion.
There's a strange thing. Jack is a collie cross Springer Spaniel, and he does this strange habit that he's only started doing in the last 4 weeks. He will drink water, and then it come and leave a lick the corner of the bed or my foot, and it's very annoying and agitating, and I don't know why he's doing it. He's never done it before, and I don't know why he's doing it now. Right,
so the comments are just had my Vitara V6 welded. I couldn't lose it. It's an S-Reg. I used to have a Grand Vitara.
S-Reg Vitara, like 98. That's well, it's a few years old now, isn't it? It's worth keeper. I was a bit jealous of the one we looked at, didn't I? I wouldn't have minded a Vitara.
Days gone by, I can arc weld, but had trouble with MIG welding. More practice, love.
Use that days gone by.
Yeah.
Fair play to you, because I can't. Well, I say I can't arc weld. I haven't tried for years and years. Maybe now that I can weld quite happily, maybe I'd get the feel for arc weld. But I don't know. I found it ever so difficult. Ever so difficult. More practice.
More practice.
Yeah. I always need more practice. That's why I bought a Talbot. You wait till you see this Talbot. Our bags of seals.
Very, very, very,
I tap it like this.
Very bad.
And chunks and chunks and chunks of metal fall out. You wait till I start doing the Talbot series. You're going to love it. I have purchased the most rotten Talbot camper van in the UK, I reckon.
Yeah, it's lovely inside.
That's rescuable.
Yeah.
It's like up and down Citroen SM. Is the Citroen SM the one that had the lights that move? I don't know. You're looking at me blank.
Yeah.
The Citroen had the big car with the lights move, but I don't know if that's.
You got a rope.
Jack, you got a fan here. Do you want to?
Jenny says, Jackie boy.
Mind yourself.
Hang on. Up.
Come and say hello to the camera.
No, he wants his rope. Let him have his rope.
That's how strong he is.
Or have it, shall I?
Cheers.
Let go. Mind your head. Not quiet. you want your... Do you want this?
There you go. Live television, rope with a dog. So what are you guys doing for Christmas?
Did you manage to fix your welder?
Did I manage to fix the welder? I believe I've got a kink. My welder's been kinky. I believe I've got a kink in...
You wish.
yeah. And in the shielding, the housing that goes from the welder to the arm, the button release. I don't know the names. And and I think it's in
I'm
that.
going to your mum's. I'm going to my mum's on Boxing Day.
Yeah, so but if I do change that, I'll do a little video for you guys, because it's the first time I've ever done it. I've replaced everything else on that welder, but I've never replaced that.
It's a bit like Trigger's broom.
And it was suggested that about the double sized wheel, but I think the wheel's all right. I might change it for luck. When I'm next in Machine Mart, I'll grab some spares and change it over. Which doesn't always work, because I bought a sleeve, I think they call it. I bought a replacement sleeve for the welder a while back.
And what have you done with it?
I don't know. Went into the depths of the workshop.
Chloe
not
is
to
one
be
of those
seen
people
again.
that when she buys something and puts it into a safe place, it's so safe she can never find it.
The workshop is a bit full up. I need to have a clear out. I am definitely going to have...
There is a big item being taken out of it tomorrow.
Is there?
Yeah.
What?
It's going to Connor.
Well, it's not in my way.
It's still in your workshop.
Every word. And I thought you were dragging the rascal out. That's the biggest item in the workshop, is the rascal.
So I never said it was the biggest item. I said it was a big
All
item.
right.
Sounds like my garage, lol. I bought a cheap Lidl welder a few years back, still not plucked up the courage to use it. To be fair,
those Lidl welders look good. I might
actually
actually
the flux
buy
and
one.
stuff, don't you?
Yeah,
that they have. So yeah.
When Lidl do their welding flux, they do several types.
Flipping XD.
I buy the 0.9 flux core, and I buy everything they do, because it's like, this is silly, like £3-4 a wheel. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's bloody good stuff. It really, really works. Works really well.
Steve says, well, today I had chemo, and tomorrow I got the father and mother-in-law round for Christmas.
Flipping hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make it a New Year's resolution, Steve. We will catch up. Peggy will remind me. You're sinking. You're slowly going out the screen.
That's the way I'm sat. So. It's because I'm finding it comfortable that way. At the
Peggy's comfortable. If she disappears, she's gone to sleep.
I could go to sleep.
So who else have we got here? Put a comment below. Just say, even if it's just hello, let us know who's here. Because I'm watching the number. It pings up and down. Pongs, you don't pong.
Ping pong.
Bing pong. Yeah. So, but yeah, Steve, we'll definitely catch up. I mean, do you remember when you used to go to that leisure centre and you did, when PCs were in their early stages, and you knew all about the Pentium 1s, the Pentium 2s and so on. Computers are like that to me. They don't mean anything to me. But I went with you to give you a hand and watch you stall and that, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was good. But that's got to be 15, 16, 17 years ago. That's, oh God, time goes so quick, doesn't it?
Jack, get down.
You get a shout out for doing a wave. What else would you guys like to know? You've joined us on this Christmas Eve. It's really lovely for you to join us. But yeah, if you've got any questions out there, send in.
Out and at John Archive. Hey ladies, nice to you online live. Lol, Jay. Hi Jay.
How you doing, Jay? You all right? Give you a shout out. Well done. Thanks for joining us. As I say, we didn't know. I was a bit like, is Christmas Eve the right time? We was meant to do it at 8 o'clock, but it ended up being 9 o'clock. So
I was
sorry,
cooking
guys.
dinner. I was trying to wrap up presents.
Peggy was in the Talbot van that she's claimed as a workshop. She's
Good.
busy wrapping presents, and
I still got some to go.
Out and John Archive. That's a good name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jay.
Yeah, and yeah, Peggy was a bit behind, and I was flipping. I was getting hungry. You know, hangry. I was getting.
She was getting hangry.
I was getting hangry. I was watching a bit of Stargate. I love. Star Trek, sorry. What did I say? Stargate. I'll finish that.
Mhm.
I'm working my way through at the moment.
Think I'm
Stargate.
a bit like
I say,
Ratty.
Stargate, yeah. Star Trek Voyager.
Think I'm a bit like Ratty Rex. Got stick welders, MIG welder, and gasless welder, and me the no welder. That's Disselter.
Get yourself
Christmas.
a bench.
I know. I've still got a few more to go.
Cover it in a wood top or a metal top. Not so much the metal top. I'm just thinking about what I'm saying. Cover it in a wooden top. Do not use a laminate because laminate is flammable. You think wood's flammable, but it's not. It will burn a bit, but it'll never burn enough. If you're worried about it, you can always soak the table if you're doing it, and just get 2 pieces of metal. Clean them up as good as you can clean them. Get them really nice and clean. If they're 2 new pieces of steel,
Jack, get down.
I mean, they don't need to be thick. Just you know,
no.
point 0 steel. You know, put them together, overlap however you want. Cut some shapes and just have a practice. Have a feel.
Right. So, Ratty put lol present wrapping things you have to do on Christmas Eve, and I still got a few more to go, so it'll be Christmas Day too.
Peggy had some really awkward shapes to do this year.
Jay has said fingers crossed for another mini meet next year. Yes, fingers definitely crossed. Jack, stop it.
You need to convince me to keep the yellow peril.
And Helen.
I love it, but I was going to sell it because I can't afford to keep all the cars I've got. And but Peggy wants me to keep it.
And Helen says, I hope you wrap me a Christmas present up.
Oh, well, we need to come and see you in the new year. We do need to come and see you.
Jack, you
I need to borrow your lead a minute. I've got to plug you guys in a minute. Hold on. There you go. What are you on now?
13.
Oh dear. This time of year, we struggle because we live purely off of...
You are not.
Jack's being a fusspot.
No, he's being frisky. Go away. Not with me. He's trying to hump the mattress, hump the cushion. Lay down.
Is there a dog in heat around? We live purely off solar, and there is no solar when you're at the winter equinox.
Jay says, Peggy, you look like you have recovered well from your fall.
She looks better on the outside.
I look better on the outside but not on the inside.
No.
So yeah, but thank you. Ratty says, gift bags is the way to go. Turn the supermarket carry bags inside out and call it a gift bag. To be fair, we have got gift bags, but what I'm doing is I'm wrapping up all the little presents and putting them inside the gift bags.
I like the gift bag idea. I did that for my brother for his birthday. I like.
Yeah, but Chloe just chucks it in with a wrap and screws up some newspaper.
yeah, so they can't see the top. Chuck it all in, scrunch up some newspaper so they can't see the contents, and then hand it over. That's how I would do it.
Jack, you are not.
Calm down, boy. Calm down. Yeah. Thank you for the Xmas hug. Yeah, so my brother got engaged this year, and we've never been to my brother's for a Christmas day before, but his fiance is asked the family round, so we're going to my brother's for Christmas Day. Boxing Day we're going to see Peggy's parents. Then Monday is a bank holiday. We're going to go and see my uncle and auntie. Tuesday is the day here at the yard. I'm going to try and get that on with the Morris Minor.
Helen, how do you get on with the Jackery? Because we actually just recently watched Cruising Alba, who were using one, and they look pretty good.
Oh,
so,
it's just got 1,000 watt Jackery.
Yeah. So
there's so much money.
How's it going?
Yeah, put in the comments how you think of it. I mean, I thought what a wonderful idea, and if I'm driving in a little Suzuki, I suppose I could put a charge into it that way. But
don't.
Yeah, I thought they were a lot of money.
Let's go.
Peggy's just gonna let the dog out again. But yeah, I thought I think they're very good. They look good. Well, I said the Cruising Alba did the the report on it. But yeah, they're all about the same price as the opposition, I suppose. Hello, welcome back.
Thanks.
You're a bit taller now.
It's because I'm not slouched.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
They're
No.
not cheap. No. And too much to write on here, but I'm what?
But I'm okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, you're only up the road, so we will catch up in the new year. You're not far from us in the
Jack.
landscape of things. We will find fuel, find a working vehicle, because we haven't got many of them left. And we will come over and say hello.
Jack!
It's full of energy. It's full of energy, isn't he? So yeah, so that's where we're going tomorrow, which is nice.
Yeah.
After our Weatherspoons, because they're open for 2 hours.
So we're going to go for
We don't drink, honest. It's only
We're going for a Christmas drink of Pepsi Max.
It's only Pepsi Max.
And buying the regular guy there, who we always see every time we go, a pint.
Yeah, we don't drink. Neither of us. Well, Peggy would have occasionally a cider, but she can't with her head at the minute.
Hang on, kettle is boiling. Oh, mine's not even on. Where will you go on holiday next year?
We've booked one trip, which is slightly different to what we've done for years.
We're going to go to...
We normally go away in Faith, our transit,
Yeah.
and we book different places. But I decided that because we got the Rover going so well, and we bought new tyres,
It's your fault.
and we got it. We bought 4 new tyres for it, and we got a fresh MOT on it, and that I paid to go to Woolacombe for a whole week of pure relaxation in one of their static caravans.
Jack's coming with us.
Yeah, I got an amazing deal on it. It was a really good deal.
My boy's
and then the Rover blew up.
And my boy's actually coming.
Yeah.
We haven't been on holiday with him
for 6, 7 years.
6, 7 years now, so it's actually going to be quite nice to go with him.
So we're going to a static caravan in Woolacombe for a week, which is nice. We look forward to it. It's lovely. We, sometimes work can get a bit hectic, and it's just nice to have that week of relaxation. So we have booked Woolacombe. We love Woolacombe.
Yeah. And we're hoping...
But it's our first time in a static in a long, long time, isn't it?
We are hoping to go to Camp Quirky.
Get dinghy out in the sea, I'll be gone. You never see me again. Here's Chloe coming back from China.
So we're hoping to go to Camp Quirky.
Better touch lots of wood, didn't we? Tickets to Camp Quirky go on sale at the end of January.
So yeah.
If you don't know about Camp Quirky, it's a show for custom built camper vans.
Self-built camper vans.
Self-built camper vans. We would love to take Bess with all of her stained glass windows and wood paneling and lovely. She drives crap. She's horrendous drive. So we're parked her up here a year ago, and she hasn't moved since.
So we're going to take Faith again.
So we're going to rebuild and redo Faith. If we can get a ticket.
Jenny, yeah, that'd be lovely.
Yes, definitely.
And you get to see Jackie Boy again.
It's in May.
Rennie, our camper van is off the road.
No, not again.
Oh.
Oh. I did mean Thank you for your WhatsApp message, and I will text you back. It's been a bit manic today. I was trying to get finished from work, and they kept saying, "Can you do this? Can you do that?" They're lovely.
You got a message? You didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know.
No. There you go. But I will message you back. Thank you. And then you can tell me why your camper van's off the road.
Oh.
It's lovely having one-to-ones and chat to you guys. It's lovely doing this. But yeah.
Oh, the Renee is off the road.
Is there anything you'd like to know for next year? Anything else? I mean, you say about holidays. Obviously, we was going to do the NC 500, but COVID's put a bit of a stop to that, and Scotland jump as quick as Wales do, so we're not going to be getting to the NC 500 anytime soon.
Chloe can fix it.
Maybe. Last time I said I could fix someone's camper van, they had so many problems. I showed them about 20 problems and fixed about 12 and told them how to sort the other 8. But yeah, I dread looking at vans because you sort of pick up other stuff that they might have missed.
This is the most human contact I've had in nearly 2 months, lol.
Oh, I'm not a human.
Are you not?
No.
You're an android.
Well, possibly. I don't know if anyone's oh, what was that program called? And he said, "Am I a robot?" It was a Marvel
Oh,
thing,
that's
wasn't
a
it?
Loki.
Loki,
If
that's
you've
his
not
name.
seen Loki.
If you're a Marvel fan and you watch the series Loki, there was a scene where he has to walk through like a metal detector. And before he steps through, he goes, "What's it for?" And they say, "Well, it's to make sure you're not a robot." And he sort of really thinks about it and he goes, "What if I'm a robot and I didn't know I'm a robot?" If you haven't seen it, it's
Oh.
you have to watch it. It's funny.
Right. So, Dag says, have you ever worked on caravans?
Yes, that was initially
And then I'll
where
try
I got
Helen's.
into bodywork. I used to do some work for Tim Bedford Rascal, and we used to not so much caravans, but we used to build the Bambis.
Very
You know,
good
the
scene.
Bedford Bambis, the sooty and sweep vans. We used to replace the roofs. We used to replace the back walls and so on. And I've done caravans are very much built in the same fashion, and I've done quite a few. So yeah, I like how things are built. That's what I like.
Right. Ratty says it's a very good scene with Loki.
It's a brilliant scene here. What if I'm a robot? I love it.
Right. So,
I say it to my boy occasionally when I spend a day with him. What if I'm a robot?
Helen says the charge on the Jackeries are brilliant depending on how long you're going to use it for, and her phone runs out of battery very quick. So yes, you are right. They are very expensive. If you're off grid like we are, don't bother. But you didn't hear that
Really?
from me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But yes, it all depends on what you use it for.
Hmm.
So yeah, and Ratty's put wow, love a little Bambi. Dag's put
Getting
you
a bit
guys.
rare now, and the prices are getting a bit silly. And the only person who's got a garage full of parts is
would
me,
love it.
and I ain't got time to deal with them.
And would love a little Bambi.
Uh,
Dag says you guys are gold.
oh, thanks.
Jay says, ever thought about living on an arrowboat full time?
Yes.
She's trying to persuade me, but before
Like 4 years.
But before I do, I would like to go on a cruise on one.
We've been offered 2 cruises, and I will give them.
But because of COVID, we've
I
not
will
been
give them
able
a
to
shout
take them
out
up
because Harry up in Birmingham has offered us to go on a cruise with him, and he has a Dawncraft. I think it's called a Downcraft. I think it's called a Dawncraft.
Is it a Dawn Cruiser?
Well, they are Dawn Cruisers, but they're down. I don't think they're Downcraft. They're Dawncrafts, aren't they? It's like a fiberglass boat that he's done, but it's a narrow boat, but it's fiberglass body. But he lives on it full time. Amazing kid, and he was on actual television recently. Channel 4.
I don't know what the program was. I better go and let him in.
I can't think what the program was called. Yeah, but he was on that. That was brilliant. And there's a lovely lady called Sue who goes up and down the Kent and Avon, and she's offered us to cruise with her, which I will be definitely doing in the new year. Ever thought about living on that boat? Yeah, I have, all the time. We'll let you know what's up with any of the camper van in WhatsApp. You guys banter is priceless. Thank you very much. You want to hear us off air? Yeah. Oh dear. Well, we were up early this morning because we joined the local radio station to do breakfast.
Yeah, so we had to be in the radio from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, we were on the radio 7 till 9.
I was asked to do, if I could do all the travel reports.
Watch the now about that James built on YouTube and
Aussie boater who originally lived in a fiberglass boat. Foxes Afloat, we already know Colin and Sean.
Never got to meet them.
Haven't met them.
We've kind of crossed paths. We've been near them. We
absolutely follow them and love them, and yeah, they're in fact when they lost
when they were going up the Great Union, we parked and they must have passed that day, but we missed them.
When they lost Dylan.
Oh, they was on the K&A. No, they were on the.
They just left the K&A. They was going on back on the Thames.
They weren't going to go on the K&A, were they?
No, they were on the Thames, weren't they? Going back.
Thought they were going to come down the K&A.
And they didn't. But they were only up the road when they were on the Thames because they went to Lechlade.
Yeah.
So, but they lost Dylan, and we actually did pay into their fund for for Dylan's ashes. And then they got Otis, and Otis is so cool. So
That
that's
guy's
pretty
met
cool.
him years ago.
I went to school in Winsley near
Celebrities.
Bradford on Avon. Yeah, Bradford on Avon. Yeah.
Put in the comments. We'd
Good
love to
walk,
know
guys.
what celebrities have you met? What celebrities have you met?
Minor ones.
Physically met. It can be minor, major, minor.
Because obviously we've met Ed China, and Mike Brewer, and Anstead. I have.
Oh, a massive list. Go for it. Go for it. Put some in. I went to school in Winsley near Bradford and Avon. Oh, wow. Anita Askey.
I've actually met.
I don't know who Anita Askey is. Should I know? Am I looking a bit of a fool now?
I've actually.
Is that?
Hello.
Go on. Who's Anita
Fat.
Askey?
I don't know. Fats and Small.
Yeah, Fats and Small were nice. Ed China, James Bond.
Princess Anne. Arthur.
How can you meet
Ashley's
James
daughter.
Bond? You'd have to meet an actor. You can't meet the real James Bond.
Obviously, Fats and Small. I interviewed them.
You did, yeah. Very good interview.
And the Real Artful Dodger.
Kiki, Jasper Carrot. I'd love to meet Jasper Carrot.
Kiki D. Cool.
Last week. That's
Nick
a few for you.
Kershaw.
Oh,
Jeff
excellent.
Rowe.
Russell Crowe. Wow, Russell Crowe. Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Christopher Walken.
Tim Burton.
That is.
Do you work in the industry?
That's
then?
an impressive list. I take it you work for the industry somehow. The funniest one, which you probably bored of hearing me say it, but
Jack, will you just lay down?
how
No,
I met
not.
dog sitting on Peggy.
Go and lay down.
How I met.
No.
What's his name? He's
I
just
was an
doing the
extra
farming.
on Gladiator Sleepy Hollow.
Ah,
excellent.
right, okay.
Kiki's a personal friend. I
here.
tell you what,
Come
if
here.
Kiki D ever wants to do an interview for a music radio show, I'm your girl.
Come here. Come and have a cuddles. Cuddles this way. This way. Stop trying to get Peggy. Come and have
He's
cuddles.
got to be an extra or an actor. Mrs. Stitch has met Adam Lambert. Nice. He's the guy who replaced Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
Green.
I know, like a picture you mean, yeah. How I met Jamie Clarkson.
Hips.
I had to do a delivery to an airport. And they said to me, control tower's not on the top floor like you'd think. It is on the top floor, but you got to go halfway up a staircase, then into the corridor, and then up another staircase, and that's it, the control tower. I said, yep, no worries. Went for the door. It was a spiral staircase with about 15 doors, and I thought, I don't know which one's the corridor. So I got about halfway up, and I thought, I'll start trying doors. So I tried the first one. It was like a broom cupboard. I tried the next one. It was locked. I tried the next one. It was like entrance to toilets. And then I tried another one, and stood right behind the door was Jeremy Clarkson. And I just looked at him and went, ah, Jeremy. And he went, hi. Put his hand out. I went, nice to meet you. And I shut the door.
Bye, Helen. Merry Christmas.
Have a good one, Helen. Thank you for joining us. So yeah, that's how I met him. Oh, Jack, you're digging into
You
me.
just stop it, Jack.
You've
Just
been a
lay
menace.
down.
You've been a menace. Come here. Come on, have cuddles. Come on, have cuddles. 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 What's up with you? What's
Because I
up?
haven't put the cushion down on the floor.
What's up with you?
He's not having his cushion. That's what it is.
What's up with you?
Jack, you got celebrity friends there?
Yeah. So, say it this way.
Over.
This way.
No, not
No,
me.
that didn't work, did it? That didn't work.
Go ahead. Go away.
Come here, boy.
Go away.
Yeah, so yeah, who else you got? I know someone that used to catch the train into London with the Cotswolds, and they'd see Clarkson every now and again. Yeah, well, he lives there. He lives not far from Whitney, doesn't he? He's above Whitney.
Mm.
He's about 20 miles from here. And obviously you got the other one. Oh well. Cool.
That's Jay.
That is cool.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a cool picture. Well done.
It's a really cool picture.
Yeah, that's a cool picture.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's got a farm shop now. Yeah, Chipping Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've still not been there because I've seen all the queues and thought I'm not going there. And now he's put planning permission in to have a cafe, hasn't he? And I think the early suggestions are the villagers are trying to reject it, but you can see where they're coming from because the road, the infrastructure isn't there, and obviously it hasn't died down. There's still queues to go there. Oh, Jack, you sat on my foot. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, fair play for him. I thought it would last a few weekends, his farm shop. Not as in the shop itself, but, you know, the novelty. But it doesn't seem to. It seems to always have a good turnout, doesn't it? But, yeah, fair play to him. And he's done really well for farming, hasn't he? He's really made a turnaround for farming.
Excellent.
Show party. Oh, that's cool. That's really
That's
cool.
really, really cool. Really cool.
Trying to think who else we've seen a few people of like.
I've met XTC the band, and I've interviewed them.
Peggy interviewed XTC.
Roads out your way are like minor roads up here. Single roads and tractor around each corner.
Yeah, if you get out of Swindon, it can be quite. Some of the roads going out to the Cotswolds and that, yeah, very ideal for our Morris Minor. I love it. I absolutely love driving the Moggy Minor around there. Here, the other side of this wall, where the cab is, there's a fence, and then there's a dual carriageway. So you might not pick it up on the camera, but yeah, all we hear all night, meow, meow, when we're parked here. Hooked on Classics, how you doing? Hiya.
Hiya.
We're all hooked on classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peggy's slowly disappearing behind the dog's head. Jack, you taking the centre stage? So you should. Oh dear. So if you could pick up the keys to any vehicle on January the 1st, starting with Peggy, any vehicle, January the 1st, one vehicle, what would you pick up the keys to?
Eleanor.
Eleanor. You got a fuel for Eleanor, have you?
You didn't say anything about fuel, you just said about the
You're just going to sit in it.
You never said anything about fuel.
Well, all right, it comes with a full tank of fuel, so you'll do about 6 miles.
Yeah. My phone's going to die.
What's that?
I'm okay, thanks. It's due to make a film, but sliced my thumb open. Oh no!
Oh. Right, hang on.
Leave yours on charge because of the camera. Just means I can't see the thing. Dag says Morris Minor.
Yes.
Days gone by. Ford Cortina Mark III in gold, yay.
Very nice.
Why in gold?
Yeah, why in gold?
Huh?
Just favourite colour?
Oh my god, now I'm jealous.
Peggy's being messaged personally with photos. So if you see Peggy saying that, days gone, I have a Mark IV Cortina. Any vehicle, what's that? Any vehicle I'd like to pick up the keys to. 86. Oh, 535i. Yes, what a machine. That's Jasper Carrot. I just love his cleverness. He's such a clever chap. What's this? Oh, I got to touch the screen. If you see me tapping the screen now, it's because Peggy's phone's dying, so I get the comments up on here somehow.
Maserati MC20.
Or was it that one? No, that's not that.
Like our last car. Okay.
What's this feature do? I'm just going to plod you here because we don't do lives very often. All messages chat.
No, it's just you want the top chat. Jasper Garrett, not jealous.
We don't do super chats, do we? I don't think super chat's an option.
It is an option.
Is it? I've never seen a super chat.
We don't do super chat, they do.
Oh, right.
I would go for a DeLorean that works.
Search Retire is a 24-hour. It's so quick.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. I'd go for a DeLorean.
The old cars still have oomph.
We filmed the DeLoreans when we was at the NEC, and that is probably the first time I've ever been near as many DeLoreans in one space.
Yeah, it was.
What a vehicle!
It was a good collection.
But then DeLoreans look weird when they do finally get sprayed. I mean, I do love them in the stainless steel, but when they get sprayed, I recently saw a red one. They do look very unusual, sprayed.
Yeah.
But Mark III Cortina, yeah, what a vehicle. Lovely. Lovely. I don't know if I could choose a vehicle.
No, it's got
It
1%.
was a cruel question, really. Hey,
1% left.
1%. Peggy's phone's gonna die. My old car's still a oomph.
Bye.
I filmed a DeLorean and turned it out. Peggy's phone switched off. Very nice. Yeah. DeLoreans. Wow. Wouldn't it be nice to have a drive in a DeLorean? I'd love to have a drive. I'm a bit jealous of these certain channels that get to drive vehicles. I'm gonna.
Sorry, I know.
Peggy's
it
phone
just
switched
died.
off, and
Chloe's using the
this is the battery pack. We're still at 74%. So Peggy will get a charge on her battery tonight, but
we've had to
come
have
here,
it
Jack,
plugged
come here.
in for the camera so you could see us, guys.
Come and have a cuddle. Come and have a cuddle. Yes, come and have a cuddle, you mad dog.
I think one of the other famous people say that we've met. To people, some people may not know the names, but when I mention who they are, they will know them.
Okay.
So Brian and Wendy Froud.
Okay, do you know who Brian and Wendy Froud is?
Come on, people, do you know who they are?
I'm jealous of Hubnut and Furious driving. I know they get to drive some wonderful, wonderful vehicles, don't they? I only get to drive vehicles I've bought, and then I struggle to get them all back on the road.
Actually, Brian and Wendy Froud, but people might know the name Toby Froud?
Don't know. You know, it's a bit out there, isn't it?
It's a bit out there.
You finished having a cuddle now?
Do you want a kiss?
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I love you too.
Dog ain't licking my face.
So I would tell you. So Brian and Wendy Froud, or just remembered that.
Russ Abbott when he was in Great Yarmouth.
And Jason Statham's dad when he was in.
How'd you get it to stay up?
I don't know, but I have your phone. Jack, you need to sod off.
We're just going to figure out how to keep the comments up, because obviously where Peggy's phone's died. I thought it was that one, but it was...
Jack! And Jason Statham's dad when he was a busker in Great Yarmouth Marketplace.
Busker?
Fairy art.
Ah.
Fairy art. Ooh, that's
Fairy
a very good guess. Brian Froud.
Yes,
Brian
well, they are fairy art. They are fairy art, yeah.
But Brian and Wendy Froud.
How'd she poke in the eye?
Sorry. Right.
We're just going to pull this dog out of the way. Come here,
Brian and Wendy Froud are the puppeteer makers for The Dark Crystal, the original film, and the series on Netflix, which the second series is being made. Plus, they were also the puppeteer makers for the film Labyrinth, and their son Toby was the baby Toby in Labyrinth, and and obviously Toby Froud is also the puppeteer maker now on The Dark Crystal, the series. Plus, Wendy Froud was also the puppeteer maker for the original Yoda.
Peggy's trying to pull a 7-stone dog. Oh dear. And he's now licking my foot. See, why is it?
Hang on, that was about Dark Crystal. Oh. Ow! Get down now. Down. Thank you.
How'd you get him to say it?
I don't know.
Love The Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal's a banging film.
Yes.
I met Jasper Carrot in '97. Sorry for poking you in the eye.
Jasper Carrot then went on to do a lot of politics.
Kroll was
didn't he?
brilliant too.
I don't know. What's Kroll?
Kroll.
Have I seen that?
Dark Crystal.
Oh, right, okay. Beverly Craven a few years ago, back in a photo somewhere. Oh, right.
Oh.
I've met Jimmy Carson. Is it Jimmy Carson, the jockey?
That was Willie.
Willie Carson. What did I say?
Jimmy.
Jimmy Carson, that's his stocky brother. Willie Carson, the jockey, and his mum. She's even smaller than he is. I've met Llewellyn Bowen, whatever his name is.
Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen. He only lives up the road from us.
Yeah.
He's about 12 miles from here. I met Daniel Craig. Oh, that'd be a good one. I'd like to meet Daniel Craig. Yeah. I can't believe how spaced out the films are. I couldn't believe it that Skyfall was like 9 years ago.
We
Came up on a
watched.
memory on my Facebook.
I haven't. We've not met Pierce Brosnan, but we did actually see bits of that being when he was James Bond being filmed here in Swindon, because what they used as the oil rig is a building not far from where we lived at the time. So I was watching the helicopter scene being filmed.
Used to be called the Motorola building. Yeah, and they
obviously
used the roof. They ran along it. See, he's just done it, what I mentioned earlier. He has a drink of water and he comes over and he licks the corner of the bed. Why? Why does he do it?
I don't know. There was one of the older James Bonds was also filmed here in Swindon on the old Renault building.
On the Renault building, yeah.
But you don't know it in the film. You wouldn't know it.
You wouldn't know it. They've changed it.
Go
Yeah.
and lay
He ran
down.
across the Renault building roof. I
You
think they
freaking
pretended
annoying.
it was an oil rig.
No, that was.
Was that
That's the
Motorola
Motorola.
building? Was
Yeah.
it? The Motorola building was an oil rig.
Yes.
It's clever what they do on that.
Yeah, I've met Fez Townsend a few times at the NEC.
Yeah, Fuzz is great. Fuzz is great.
I have not been. I've been to Swindon for years. Went Swindon, Oasis, do this. Yeah, Oasis is closed.
Oasis is closed.
The slides are still there, but they've actually
So-
just given.
The latest on the Oasis is bad news, right?
No, it's good news and bad news.
Well, no, it's not good
the
news.
good
really.
news is, I suppose, is the fact that the dome itself is now a
Listed building.
listed building or a listed monument. So it's that just the dome, but the building surrounded it isn't.
It was
So-
falling apart. The dome was falling apart. It was taken on by the council.
Thanks, Jenny.
And the council let it out to a firm, and the firm said it's not economical. The building needs knocking down, redoing. They put in a bid to build a massive complex
With
where
ski,
with ski
indoor
slope,
ski slope
and
and everything.
they could have bands there, big bands, get Swindon big bands again and stuff. But the swimming pool section would be under a normal box,
And not underneath a dome.
not in a dome. Swindon people got together, formed a name for a group of people,
Society.
a coalition, and society is probably a better word. And they managed to get listing status. I think it's
Laid
grade
out.
2 listed, and now
On the dome itself.
on the dome itself. And now the companies who are involved in the site have turned around and said, if you want listed status on that, it's not fixable. See you later. So the whole site's now abandoned, and it'll probably go in the same way as our Mechanics Institute, fall down. So it's such a shame. But yeah, so that's the Oasis.
I don't know.
Don't look back in anger.
I heard you say.
I heard you say. Such a cool place when I went there 20 years ago. Right.
Jenny's met us.
You met us too. We're not celebrities.
Stop.
Do you know why you can smell the swimming pools?
Don't look back in banger.
Don't look back in banger. It's got so different meaning. Swimming pools have no smell. Chlorine has a chlorine smell. Yeah, well, not quite a fart. When human urine,
That's a jacuzzi. Poor man's jacuzzi.
that's a jacuzzi. When human urine mixes with chlorine, it creates a smell. Yeah, that is the smell that you smell, and most people go, "Yay, swimming pool! I'm going swimming." But what it actually means is someone stood there and peed in the water, and that's the famous smell. So since I've known that, I don't really want to go swimming. Yes, catch up on the WhatsApp. Yes, do so. Please do. It's been lovely to have a chat with you as well. Thank you. Oops, that was me. Well, it was me back in the day before I found out what it was, and I haven't been back. Oh, we can't now. The Oasis is shut.
Still got Milton Road and still got the Link Centre.
I think Milton Road's shut as well, isn't it?
No, the swimming pool's not.
I don't know if they're open. I have to check on that. Well, I'm not going swimming anyway. It's why you shouldn't pour neat bleach down the drain. Pour it with running water. Oh, right. I didn't know that. Not that I've got a drain here to pour it down. We live off grid. I worked in a water treatment years ago. Very high concentrated chlorine involved. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? Do you still have those terrible roundabouts? 6 or 12, if I remember. The magic roundabout.
Magic roundabout where you got 5 going round. 5 mini roundabouts going round the main roundabout, which is the wrong way.
It's 1 mile in that direction. And yes, still there. At the local pool, there is a sign, welcome to our, ooh, notice there's no pee in it. Please keep the pee. There's no pee in our pool.
Yeah.
That's right, the magic roundabout, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen his videos. If you haven't, take a look. He's very, very good. Wiltshire man. He's got loads of He's got loads and loads of followers, unlike we as less. And Sandy's a lovely, lovely chap who does Wiltshire man.
Don't lick my...
And
Thank you.
I'm hoping to
Do a
collab with Wiltshire man and do the Magic Roundabout, because he's never done one on the Magic Roundabout, and he does different places around Wiltshire. And so yeah, I'm hoping in the new year. I've just got to sort that radiator out on the Moggy, and if I can get it to work and the Moggy's happy with its replacement radiator, then we'll be driving the Moggy Minor around the roundabout, and Sandy will come along too. Yeah, it'd be good. So you get to see the Magic Roundabout. If you want to scare people in a pool, get a lion bar and let it flow around on the pool. Kevin and Perry style.
I would love to drive that.
A Morris Minor. They're really good fun, if you don't mind breaking 20 years in advance. Come here. Come here. Sit down.
That's a classic.
Yeah. Yeah, Morris Minors are lovely. Lovely. My first ever car, ever car, was an Austin A50 Cambridge, 1955. That was my first ever car. It got given to me by my auntie, and I was only young, very young. My dad was never into cars, so he probably was never going to get on the road. But I used to spend summers just sitting in it, because that's what you did as kids. You just sat in it, and I loved it. And it had a little valve radio that you turned, and it would warm up. And about 2 minutes later, the Beatles would come through, because it'd only ever pick up the Beatles. And I loved that car. So years and years later, when we were looking around the cars, a friend of ours had, we call it gas because of the registration number, but had gas. The Moggy Minor, and I said to him one day, this reminds me of my very, very first car, because of the smell on a hot day when you open that smell of the 50s leather and that, and I just loved it. And Peggy said, yeah, it reminded her of that car. So we always said to him, if you ever sell that car, please let us know. And about a year later he did. He sort of said, yeah, I'm going to sell the car. So that was fantastic, and that's how we came about getting the Moggy Minor. It was never intended as we were going to be Morris Minor fans. It came about being the 50s smell, the leather and so on.
If I could bottle that smell.
But since owning it, I absolutely love driving it. How do you get them back
Click on it again.
Click on it again.
And do click on live chat.
Oh, there you go. I'd love to drive Morris Minor. Laugh me ass is a classic idea. I'm poking you in the eye, sorry. My first ever car was a Mark 1 Fiesta.
Did you click the blue arrow? There's somebody else's
Oh,
commented.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
So, a little story on a Mark 1 Fiesta. I eventually went for my test after driving a little bit when you're not allowed. But anyway, that's a different story. I decided to go for my test. And my dad saved up and got me from the scrapyard a Mark 1 Fiesta, and it had a giant Fido Dido all the way down the tailgate. Do you remember Fido Dido, the old 7-Up? It's brilliant. I loved it. I drove it for a week and thought it was fantastic. Mark 1 Fiestas are. And then I think my dad's car broke, and he said, could he borrow the Fiesta? And I said, as you do, you can, yeah, but it's empty, it's got no fuel in it. And
Yeah, Fido Dido.
Fido Dido, it was all the way down. It started from the top of the tailgate, it was all the way down. I've never seen anything like it since. It was fantastic.
It's really
So my
cool.
dad went to the petrol station to go and put some fuel in this Fiesta, and this van came into the forecourt speeding and lost control and smacked into the Fiesta and wiped it out, and it got taken away by an insurance company, and I never saw the Fiesta again, and I received about 20 quid. So that was my I had it for a week, one Fiesta. Yeah, unlucky. I know, I know. It's gone to the ethos. It was gone. So I saved up my money and I bought a Mark IV Escort,
What else got?
and it was a 1.4. It was very
Red.
comfortable to drive. It was dark
It took
red.
us up to Great Yarmouth.
Yeah, it was our very first time that I drove up to Great Yarmouth. Yeah, it was a Mark IV Escort. I loved it. 5-door. I knew nothing about cars. I knew where to put the oil and water in at the time. Didn't know how to weld or nothing. We had it 6 months, didn't we? And at the end of the 6 months, I had to drive it to the scrapyard because I went to take it for an MOT, and the guy goes, look, I'll be nice to you. I'm not taking no money off you. There's no way that's ever going back on the road. And that was the end of that. And then I got to learn about cars. Hey, so I got a poke in the eye, press live chat. Woo! And the wheels didn't get nicked.
No.
Could tell you a story about getting nicked. We had a flat for 9 years, and down the hill, and I mean down the hill, because behind the flats was like a grass hill, and we go down the hill, and then there was some garages, and we had one of those garages, didn't we? And a friend of ours had an Escort, and I said he could. No, it was an Escort, and I said he could put it in the garage, and it was going to get scrapped off. I can't think why it didn't start. Something didn't. A few years ago now. I can't think what we had to do, but we opened the garage and we pulled it out of the garage, and something we didn't have ready for it to be collected. Obviously, we had the keys because we just pulled it out of the garage, but I can't think what we needed. So literally, I ran from the garage back up the grass verge to the flat, went up the stairs to the flat, got whatever it was we needed. I can't remember what it was we needed. Ran back down and gone. And I was gone about 4.5 minutes. And when I got back down to the Escort, the door cards were gone, the window handles, the seats, the carpet, everything that would have been inside that Escort was gone. In 4.5 minutes, they'd completely stripped the car. There must have been loads of them, because not one person could do that. They'd stripped the car completely. Yeah, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I just stood there looking like...
I had to get a milk crate to sit on to tow
all right, the vehicle was being scrapped, and I would have quite happily let someone have the interior
if they'd asked.
If they'd asked. I, to this day, don't know who did it. All I did was pull it out of the garage. I don't remember what I needed, but it must have been urgent enough to nip up to the flat. I ran up to the flat, ran back down, and the whole interior is gone. And we had to hunt around, and we found a milk crate. And we had to put a milk crate in there. I even think they nicked the steering wheel. I had to get an old steering wheel, put a bolt on, and we took it to the scrapyard with my friend sitting on a milk crate. Because some nicked our interior without asking. Had they asked, I wouldn't have minded. But yeah, in 4.5 minutes, they could strip an interior like that. Which still amazes me today, especially when I worked on that Metro this year, and it took me like an hour to get the damn seat out. Escort RS Turbo Mark 1 and, oh, come on, stay up, and Ford Orion ×3, Ford Caprice, yeah, Cosworth, 60s Austin minivan, chopped the back off, turned into a pickup to paint it. Yeah, and that's crazy, yeah. Yeah, Ford Caprice. There was a film that came out a few years ago called The 51st State, and we'd left the flat and we just rented a house that had a long driveway, and it was the first time we'd ever had a driveway, and we rented this house for 3 years. And I bought a really old Daimler because cars were cheap back then, and I'd bought an old Daimler. Going back to when I said I worked on the Bedford Rascals, I used to drive the Daimler to that job, just because it was a cheap car and it was lovely and comfy. Yeah, the 51st State. And in the 51st State, he had the Daimler and he had the red Mini. And our other car at the time was the red Mini, and on this driveway was the Daimler and the red Mini. But after I sold the Daimler to a friend. He went on to have it for years. Come here, Jack. And after I sold the Daimler, I went on and bought a Capri. And so, yeah, I had Capri sat on that driveway. And I think back now, that was 2005, 16 years ago. What was sat on that driveway now could have almost, in value today, could have always probably bought that house. It's crazy, isn't it? Capris are crazy money now. All the classic Fords are crazy money now. And they don't even have to be in good condition. You can get a ropey old Sierra. Worthless back in the day. Now it's crazy money. Madness. Utter madness. Yeah. I've had a lot of Fords, but blimey, they are going crazy money now. Yeah, 2 year that rear diff wine. Well, that's because people drive them crazy. What was the other one? 2.8 degrees of accidents won't having so much torque. Yes. Tell me about it. All cars have had with scrap value. Yeah, I know. When I was a child, my mum had a Capri. I think that was a 2 litre. And we were going around a sharp bend, and her rear brake cylinder was leaking, and we didn't know. And as she braked, the car kicked out like that and threw us in front of a van, and she just managed to rev and pull it back over as the van skidded past us. That was quite scary as a kid. Jet black and the immaculate, yes, and the lasers, obviously. Capri injection splash, yeah. Wish I kept my Cosy worth about 60 to 70 grand. I know. Yeah. I borrowed a Cosy for a few weeks. Yeah, that was nice. It was alright. There was a lot of power. They are a lot of power. But yeah, I borrowed a Sierra Cosworth I borrowed it for about 2 weeks. It was quite a nice drive. All my friends wanted a lift in it, so I did. I gave everybody a lift in it, and then eventually gave it back. But yeah, it was nice. Got pulled over by the police a few times because they like to sort of pull Cosworths over. They didn't, I wasn't doing anything, but they always pulled Cosworths over. I'm not a fast driver. That's why I drive a Morris Minor and classic minis. Well, I'm going to head off very, very shortly because Jack is being a pain in the arse, aren't you, Jack? And Peggy's head's hurting a bit, so Peggy is going to have a rest. So it's been absolutely loving chat with you all. Is there anything you would like to say before we go? Anything you'd like to know or anything like that, eh?
Merry Christmas.
And wish you all a Merry, Merry Christmas. You're only a few hours away now, look. If you're watching that tracker that the American Army apparently have done, where you could see Santa in his sleigh going around, then I don't know what time Santa was meant to traditionally go down your house. About chimney, about 3 in the morning. We've got a chimney. I don't quite know how you get yourself through the wood burner, but hey ho.
Past the dog.
And past the dog. Jackie boy, come here. Jackie boy. Santa's coming. Santa's coming. Are you going to let him in? Where's Santa? Where's Santa? Where's Santa? Gonna get Santa? You confused? You confused? Right, blue button. Take care, Peggy. Hang on, I got a few there. Peggy on to sleep. She looked tired. Peggy's head's hurted. Yep. Peggy on to sleep. I paid 6k for my Cortina, but I started work on it. No idea the value now. It's whatever someone will pay. Obviously, you need to sort out value for insurance, but It's, yeah, crazy money. That chap you interviewed with the Cortina Bay, he paid about 6k, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 6k, 6 to 10k at the moment. It's a bit hard to say, but yeah, but hold on to it because they're only going to get mad. I had a Rover GTA once, honest, not a 12-cylinder Metro, sold it for 50 quid. They're worth a kidney now. You say that. I've got a friend who's just got a Rover GTA, but he's selling his original Rover. It's not a GTA, a Metro, but it's really, really immaculate with 21k on, and he's looking for an owner. So it's up on the market. It's very nice. So if you're in the market for a K series 21k mileage Rover, give us a shout and I'll pass on the details. He wanted me to have it. He kept begging me to have it, but like, where am I going to put it? Take care, Peggy. Look after yourself. Happy Christmas. It's been great chatting with you too. Everyone on here chat too. Yeah, they have. Everyone's chatted amongst themselves. Brilliant. Take care, baby. Merry Crimbo. Merry Crimbo. And 90 quid a year on the insurance. I know the insurance is mad, isn't it? I did my insurance recently. I got a really good deal, 600 quid for all of my vehicles because obviously got quite a fleet. And then I got a letter through the other day reminding me that the Rascal van's still on my policy, which is ironic because it's been sat in the workshop for a year, and I thought, damn, I've insured it. So I've got to get it done in January because obviously it'd be a waste of insurance, wouldn't it? So yeah, I've got to get the Rascal van back on the road. Plus there's a lady who's local and sprayed a wall. You know, they do those mural, it's called mural, where they spray on the wall and all different images and so on. And she's done that in the old town and it's fantastic. She's done a really good job. And I asked her if she can respray the Rascal van, and she's really looking forward to doing a vehicle. So watch this space for that. Yeah. So there are lots of good things coming up in 2022. Thank you all, guys. It's been amazing for having you with us. Yeah, thank you all. Brilliant.
Thank you.
And Peggy's shouting thank you, and the dog's now settling down, eh? Merry Christmas. And we'll catch you in January. We'll see you again in January. We'll do a live in January. It's lovely having you lot with us. All right. Thanks very much. See ya.